Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Ready for today's AI and cybersecurity news. February 11th, 2025. A whole stack of research papers just dropped on RTEF.
It's really something how fast things are moving, like every day, new breakthroughs, new things to worry about.
Let's start with something everyone gets. Data breaches. There's this paper, A Global Analysis of Data Breaches, 2004 to 2024. Caught my eye.
Yeah, more than just history there. They did some visualizations, Power BI and such, showing trends. Hacking, malware, still big, but human error is way up there too.
So, misconfigured systems, accidentally leaking data, that sort of thing.
Exactly. Makes you think security isn't just fancy tech, it's us messing up too.
Right, the human factor. Which brings us to, well, humans making AI, large language models. This paper, Safety at Scale, a comprehensive survey of large model safety that's diving into the deep end on risks.
And not just LLMs, they're looking at the whole picture. Vision foundation models, the image stuff, diffusion models, even AI agents. Security baked right into how we're building AI, that's their point.
Okay, so what kind of threats? More than just, like, asking an AI to write a virus, I assume.
Oh, way more. They break it down. Adversarial attacks, data poisoning, jailbreaks, prompt injections. Adversarial, imagine subtle change to a stop sign image a self-driving car uses. We don't see it, car's AI gets confused, bang.
Whoa, that's scary. And data poisoning, that's like messing with the AI's textbook, so to
Yeah.
speak, right? Bad info in, bad decisions out.
Exactly, like slipping wrong answers into the textbook, AI learns the wrong stuff. Then you've got jailbreaks, tricking the AI chatbot to do bad things it shouldn't, and prompt injections sneaking code into a request.
So AI's got to be secure, but also how we talk to it, that whole interface, but how do you even defend against all that? It
Yeah.
sounds like a moving target.
They talk about defenses, yeah, but also research is struggling to keep up. It's an arms race, basically, trying to stay ahead of the bad guys.
One paper caught my eye, model tampering attacks. Like, they're not just feeding bad input, they're messing with the AI's insides.
Like rewiring its brain, right? And here's the creepy part. Sometimes these attacks can predict if other attacks will work. It's like they're learning more about the AI's weaknesses than we know.
Okay, now I'm getting worried. If they can tamper with the AI itself, where do we even start defending?
Some promising stuff out there. 2 papers today are about watermarking. One's called DERMARK, a dynamic, efficient, and robust multi-bit watermark for large language models. Basically, hiding a marker in the text an LLM makes.
Like a digital fingerprint, proving it came from that AI.
You got it. And DERMARK, it adjusts to how long the text is, hard to tamper with, so you can't fake it.
Some relief there. But it's not just text anymore, right? This other one, watermarking across modalities for content tracing and generative AI, they're talking audio images too.
Huge implication there. Think deepfakes, AI-generated stuff used for bad things. Watermarking lets us trace it back, maybe even figure out which AI made it.
Real-world stuff too. Aero LLM, a distributed framework for secure UAV communication and intelligent decision-making, using multiple LLMs for drones, secure comms, threat defense, the whole package.
AI security getting real serious out there in the field. This Aero LLM, it's spread out, so harder to take down, and it makes better decisions, supposedly.
Amazing. But with AI and everything, what about our privacy? Mitigating sensitive information leakage in LLM's forecode through machine unlearning, that's trying to tackle this.
Machine unlearning, it's wild. Training an AI to forget specific stuff, like the sensitive data it learned on, could be huge for keeping our secrets in an AI world.
It feels like we're barely scratching the surface of security with these powerful AI systems. So much more to figure out.
No kidding. LLMs are changing fast, and the security issues, they're getting more tangled up with our lives every day. It's pretty clear the old ways of security aren't enough anymore. Focusing on one system at a time, like we know what the threats are going to be. That's not how it works now.
So everything's connected. AI is learning on its own. Threats keep changing. What we need to be like predicting the future of attacks or something.
Kinda, yeah. We got to build security in from the start, not just bolt it on later. Design, development, how we use it, maintenance, all of it. Proactive, not reactive, that's the shift.
I get that, but easier said than done, right?
Yeah.
How do we actually do that?
Got to work together. Researchers, the people making the AI, the ones making the rules, even us, regular folks. Frameworks, best practices, like a whole culture of security first.
Man, that's a lot of different people, different goals. Got to get them all on the same page somehow.
Huge challenge, but there's some cool stuff happening. Like this paper, Enabling External Scrutiny of AI Systems with Privacy-Enhancing Technologies. It's about open mind. They're making tools so experts from outside can check if AI is doing shady stuff without seeing the secret data.
So like AI auditors,
Mm.
making sure it's working right, no sneaky backdoors.
Exactly. More transparency, more accountability. That's how we start trusting these powerful systems.
Trust. Yeah, that's the big word with AI, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bias, fairness, knowing what's going on under the hood, and security on top of that, all tied together.
No doubt. That's why security can't just be about stopping hackers. The system's got to be reliable, ethical, matching up with what we believe as humans.
So working together, outside checks, those are two pieces. What else can we do to keep up with all this change?
Education, big time. People building AI, got to know how to make it secure from the ground up. Can't be an afterthought. Got to be part of the plan from day one.
Like a security-first mindset. But that's a lot to ask. How do we get developers up to speed on all this complex stuff, constantly learning?
This paper, a case study in gamification for a cybersecurity education program, a game for cryptography. They got an idea. Make it fun. Games, interactive stuff.
That's smart. Security training shouldn't be boring. Make it something people want to do. Then they'll actually build better stuff.
Right, and it's not just the pros. Everyone's using AI now. We all got to know the basics.
Phishing, strong passwords, not sharing everything online. Those old things still matter, huh?
More than ever, our phones, our cars, AIs everywhere. Got to be smart about it.
Speaking of ransomware,
Yeah.
that's been a problem forever, feels like. Anything new on that front?
There is. Neural encrypted state transduction for ransomware classification, a novel approach using cryptographic flow residuals. Mouthful, but basically a new way to spot ransomware, even if it's hiding.
They can encrypt stuff, cover their tracks, but this can still find them. Impressive.
Yeah, researchers are getting creative, got to keep up with the bad guys.
What about self-driving cars? AI is huge there, but also huge risk if something goes wrong. What's the latest?
This paper, Mitigation of Camouflaged Adversarial Attacks in Autonomous Vehicles, a case study using Carl LA Simulator. It's wild! Think those optical illusions messing with your brain, but they're doing it to the car's AI.
So adversarial attacks, but for self-driving cars. Not comforting.
One example, they change how a stop sign looks, but not to us, just to the car's camera. Brakes late, boom, accident.
Shows you we really got to secure this AI stuff. Our lives depend on it. Makes you wonder, though, is anything truly safe? Can you ever be 100% sure?
Good question. Training set reconstruction from differentially private forests. How effective is DP? That paper gets into this. Differential privacy, DP, it's supposed to protect data by blurring it a bit while AI learns.
Right, I've heard of that. So even with that, there's still a way to reverse engineer and see the original data.
This study says maybe, yeah, no perfect security. It's always back and forth, the good guys and the bad guys, exactly. That's why you can't just do one thing and think you're safe. Multiple layers, always checking, adapting, getting better.
Shifting gears a bit, what about protecting the AI itself? I mean, they're valuable, right? Someone could steal them, copy them.
Right on. Beyond dataset watermarking, model-level copyright protection for code summarization models. They're on that. ModMark, it's called. Basically watermarking the AI's brain, not just the data.
Whoa, so it's got its own built-in ID tag?
Yep. This is getting more important as AI gets smarter, more valuable. Companies spend a ton making these things. Got to protect them somehow.
It's like we invent something, then got to figure out how to stop it from being used against us.
Yeah.
Never-ending cycle.
That's cybersecurity in a nutshell. But it's not hopeless. It means we got to be smarter, faster, work together more.
So embrace the chaos, learn from it, and build a better future.
You got it. Stay informed, stay involved, never stop learning.
Before we wrap up this part of the deep dive, I'm curious, anything in these papers really jump out at you?
What gets me is AI security, it's not just techie stuff anymore. It's about how we live as a society. The choices we're making now, they're going to shape the whole future.
Whoa, well, it's deep. We're all part of this, huh? But more on that in the final part of our deep dive. Stay tuned. So we've covered a ton of ground here. AI, cybersecurity, they're changing everything so fast. It's not just about keeping data safe or stopping hackers anymore. It's bigger than that.
Right. It's woven into how our whole society works now.
More than just tech, it's about what kind of future we're building. AI used the right way, ethically.
This paper, Local Intel, generating organizational threat intelligence from global and local cyber knowledge, it gets at that. They've got this framework, automates how we gather intel on threats.
Okay, makes sense. But also sounds really hard. How do you make something that's secure but can also adapt? Threats change all the time.
Yeah, not easy. But they're showing we're moving in the right direction, new ways of thinking about it. And it's not just on the techies either. It's a team effort, security.
This other paper, Recommendations to ACODEHR on how to give better recommendations for internet voting. It was interesting.
Yeah.
How to make online voting secure. But it's not just about the code. Got to have clear rules, everyone's on the same page.
Good example. Tech alone isn't enough. Guidelines, standards, someone watching to make sure it's done right, that's how we get there.
Brings us back to trust, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's been the theme running through all this. AI shaping our lives. How do we trust it?
Got to be able to see what's going on, transparency. People need to know how it works, what data is being used, how decisions are made. Privacy, fairness, that's how you build confidence.
And knowing who's responsible? Something
Yeah.
goes wrong, who you're going to call? What are the consequences?
You got it. But even deeper than that, I think trust comes down to values, human values. AI has got to be built, used in a way that matches what we believe in.
Wow, that's big. So it's not just a tech problem, it's a human problem, right?
Totally. If we want AI to be a good thing, it's got to line up with our hopes for the future. Bias, fairness, making sure everyone benefits, not just a few, or using it for control.
So we're not just stopping bad things, we're trying to make good things happen. Pretty inspiring, actually.
It's hard, no doubt, but exciting too. The choices we make right now about AI, they're going to echo for a long time.
Makes you realize we all have a part to play in this. Researchers, developers, the people making the rules, even just everyday users like us. We got to pay attention, be part of the conversation.
Couldn't agree more. Stay curious, stay informed, stay involved. That's how we build a good future with AI.
That's a great way to wrap things up. Thanks for diving deep with us today. Until next time, keep learning, keep questioning, and let's build a future where AI is a force for good. See you next time.